All right, hello everyone. How are you? I have been gone a few days to jury duty, but I am back now. So let's see what's going on. Haven't seen the koi fish in a long time. Collaboration, and there's enough. Tend to the small things and collaborate. Starfish and mouse. Starfish is a feminine energy card for me. So is the frog. Ooh, magical energy. We got the koi. So clear away the clutter. I feel that so strongly for the feminine. And then he has co-create with spirit. And also happy Lionsgate 888. And what deck? So I didn't organize all my stuff. I really had planned to do a lot, to do my readings that I had, and then holy moly, jury duty was a lot for me and intense. Six of Cups, Knight of Cups. So I was doing a lot of like Ho'oponopono prayer while I was there. Almost the entire time I was there, I was doing it. Obviously, I had to pay attention to what was going on, but if I'm somewhere where I can sense energy that it needs transmuting, I will just run the Ho'oponopono prayer in my head. Thank you, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry. And then, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Dr. Hewlin or, you know, but the Ho'oponopono is obviously coming up for a reason. So the kind of Hawaiian prayer, there's a belief that's like any part of you that's coming in contact with something that you would feel would need healing or you have judgment around, there's a part of you that like co-created that. And in a lot of ways, I feel like this koi fish is kind of about that. It's like when we judge somebody else, we kind of like our ego gets a little boost. Even if we're like, oh, that person needs help. But there's a part of you that co-created that with it. This is the belief of Ho'oponopono. So whatever part of you, Lovers, Sun, Knight of Swords, Six of Wands, Two of Wands, whatever part of you helped co-create that in reality, you know, because you're coming in contact with it, that you can heal that inside of yourself. And it's a complicated, but it's also very simple. It's not like you're healing in the judgment of someone else. You're not healing like a bad, sick part of someone else or a sick part of society. So funny, it was so quiet because I was sitting here for so long and now it's super noisy. So you're healing just the low vibrational consciousness that it was co-created within that exchange or within that reality, and that you have control over it within yourself. Okay, so let's get to it here. Interesting. Beautiful. The sun come to have the sun come up right on top of the koi is absolutely beautiful energy. Wow. I think I'm one of the few readers that doesn't read threes or multiple court cards as third party. And certainly not here. Wheel of Fortune and Three of Wands. 2 threes, 2 aces, the Star, the Emperor, and the 7. Oh, there it is. I was like, I know there's going to be another ace because I can feel this energy. So 3 aces is the sign for my spiritual awakening. And I think that's what this is going on here. The masculine, very strong. Like, it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous energy. I know we have the 3 of Swords up right here. I am feeling like that's the past. I need to just stand up for a minute because I'm feeling this chair that I have here is not an ideal chair to sit in for long periods of time. So I don't know. The masculines are feeling like so magical here. So magical. To be honest, this energy is a bit overwhelming. Let's see. Love. I think in the past, so divine masculine energy. Wow. 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 I think there's going to be a difficult conversation here for some reason. Your masculines are waking up to something spiritually, and I actually think it has something to do with like the way that he's treated feminine energy. I know this is a weird reading. It's so strong. To the point where some of them maybe like have addictions to being with people physically. Does that make sense? I'm trying not to be too graphic here. Like what I see him healing here is emotions, and what I see him going away from here is the way that he used certain things in his life, and it's not all going to be that, but the way that I see him understanding things is like the light of truth is shining on how he pushed away emotional intimacy and he settled for like physical intimacy. Not that one's bad and one's good. I'm just saying I think he's understanding. Look at that. That's crazy. That, can you see it? It says kisses on it and be resilient. Law of attraction, Cobra. Silence is easier. It's in reverse. The hologram. Do you even wonder if this is real? Flowers, yes. Pleiades, Mercury, Scorpio. Why do you even like me? That's the big question here. The big question seems to be why. To him, the big question seems to be, why do you hold so much interest in him? And I know that's a weird question in a lot of ways. For so long, it seemed to come from a place of low self-esteem, masked by overconfidence or grandiosity or narcissism. Or now it feels like it's coming from a completely different place. And I'm not joking. Like, okay, so this is a really weird reading. It's not going to apply to all of you, and you're going to have to make it do your situation the way that your situation is done. But it's like, in a lot of the ways that I am feeling this, I've never done a reading like this. Okay, I really want to give you a trigger warning. So trigger warning here that and I'll wave my hand in front of the camera, okay, when I'm done talking about this. I feel like he woke up to a fact that he didn't care who was there to like give him attention, give him affection, hear him. Like, it's mostly physical is what I'm feeling. And the thing is, it's like he didn't even care what you guys were talking about. It's like it didn't even matter at one point, because his heart was so hurt and so shut down. He had just learned to get everything he needed by by attracting people physically and being like charismatic, and then pushing them away if there was any emotion involved. Okay. So he's at this place right now where he sees things totally differently. Like, this energy right here is so amazing to me. And you're in it. I know this sounds weird, but for some reason, part of it was that I think you said what you needed to say, or there was a conversation and then it was over, or something like that. Like, he can't move on from what was said or what was exchanged. And like, I know this sounds corny, but I can't tell you that this is what the cards are telling me, is that despite any other interaction he's had, the chemistry with you is different. And part of it, I know you're gonna like say no, or like I feel like there's a resistance on the feminine side to actually accept that this is true, but it's like, part of it is that he sees you as very mysterious, to the point where it overrides his logical mind. Like, okay, so let me try to explain it like this. It's like, someone is telling you this is the truth, and you see evidence of that all around you. Like, a scientist is telling you this is the truth, and you're seeing evidence of that all around you. But inside of you, you know that you have a truth that's not like the same. That's the only way I can kind of describe this, is that he feels like there's unfinished business here. He feels like it's his job to take this sword out of your heart. The sword that he put there, not all of them. And I think that's part of the issue here. It's like he's awakened to the fact that you hold genuine love. And there may be this weird thing between you where you're both like, you know, in a lot of cases with twin flames, it's always different. All twin flames are just different. But that you don't even understand. Like, you may be so different from each other that you don't understand why. But he sees you as a gift from God. Like, I'm seeing, you know, he's realizing this is you, right? Here's the Three of Cups. Here's everybody else. Here's a partying lifestyle, or here's any kind of escapism that he does, workaholic, partier, whatever it is, doesn't matter, it's all the same. And here's God saying, this is the truth. This is the truth, and you can't deny it, because inside you know it's the truth. And him saying, I have to give you this cup, 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 cup. It's like a chain reaction in a way of like, you know, when you heal, this isn't about healing, but when you heal something in yourself, you feel so much better. It's like you want to help other people feel better, and that's a noble thing. It is. Maybe you make money off of it. I don't care about that part, because to heal anything, it's very brave, you know? It's essentially casting off all you have known to be yourself and to choose something else, and to always to look in the void, right? Healing always requires we look in the void. To me, that's like my dramatic way of it. And there's a lot of drama here. I can tell that much from the cards that came out. There's a lot of drama. I mean, the Star, the High Priestess, the King of Wands, the King of Cups, the Fool, the Sun. There's a lot of drama that has gone on in this. Even if it's just in your mind and your hearts. Like, I can tell. I can also tell he doesn't want, from these cards, to hurt you. Now, even if we don't want to have like the same reactions and the same wound triggers and the same, like, does that mean we can always succeed at that? No, it doesn't. Right? We could say, oh, I have these boundaries and I'm doing this now. Or he can say, I don't want to run away like I did before. Or I want to express my truth. I want to do a lot of different things than I did before. Does that mean that he can? He probably won't know until he tries. And you're going to have, you know, your thoughts, your boundaries around that, and see. Because if this is for you, I feel like you can feel it energetically a bit. Like this, this is like the Tower card here, and you have abundance, and you have, you know, this is probably not a reading for people who are talking weekly, you know. This is probably not a reading for someone that didn't have a pretty big separation of sorts. I can say, like, with a lot of certainty here that he wants to turn a corner, and there's intention behind that. The action that's coming forth is the Page of Cups. Internally, he feels that he wants to express a message of feelings to you. I think that the the Ace of Wands reversed with the Star reverse is like, there's kind of a, I just want you to know this, because I feel like I owe you an explanation, an apology, or some kind of recognition that if he ghosted you, if he ran away from you, if he didn't explain certain things that happened, I feel like this is a level of maturing when we see the King of Cups come in. That's like, I know that I could have done better, and you deserve better. That's what I feel like this is. And he is seeking your forgiveness. There's a problem where he fears, because I can see that there's a fear of conflict here. Like, he fears that he'll come in and say something and you'll get angry and upset, and that's problematic here. So funny, I picked up this deck and there was the Ace of Wands underneath it, upright, so that he may have a little bit of hidden motives. That's very interesting, right, though? I picked up this deck and this card was sitting by itself. And so he may appear that he doesn't want like physical intimacy, but that may be in the back of his mind. Okay, playfulness. So we have some advice here. Ancestors, patience, forgiveness, acceptance, new beginnings, and then conflict. We have sacred union, playfulness, and embrace, and look inside yourself. Only time will tell, and power and transformation. So there, bottom of the deck is trust. So you're going to have to look inside yourself and get sensitive and feel, is this an actual transformation? Did this actually occur? Are his motives truly aligned? I feel like, because it says transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. I think what they're saying here is that if you honor and treasure something, the way that you treat it is very apparent. If you regard something as sacred, you will treat it as such, right? And I think they're saying don't be too serious, but really be honest with, is he treating this as something sacred? Can you really feel that transformation has occurred? It says laughter is the best therapy, have some fun together, and remember love is the greatest healer. And I think it is through probably doing something playful or something light, something fun, that you will be able to sense if this is the truth or not. And it says through each other you find the missing pieces. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. I feel for some of you that there will be, I feel very, very strongly that there will be some times of embracing, of hugging, that will make you, it will be important. If you know my readings, you know I never say things like this. But I feel like there is a desire for your chakra system to bring your two physical bodies together for a reason, for alignment. Like, I am even seeing the stars on this card as very important for you to kind of physically have contact and to understand that it's so weird, the juxtaposition of the spiritual and the physical right now. I can't even really explain exactly why I'm feeling this way. Vesta home, your household situation is improving through a move or change in its occupants. Expect a miracle. And look at, see, I just said the stars around there, and look around, standing up, look around her head. There's all the stars aligning. That's crazy. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. I mean, look how similar. I'd hold up the star card, but she's naked on it. Mother Earth, you are called upon to help with environmentalism. I actually feel that the physical alignment is like to assist Earth. I know that sounds so weird. Don't back down. Do what So stand up for what you believe is right, and then start delegating. There is kind of that message that has been coming out to the bottoms of the deck are peace, infinite supply, and boundaries. And I did mention boundaries, like you're going to really have to take charge of the boundaries that you set for yourself. Love yourself enough to say no to others, demands on your time and energy, and then we got delegate. It's like you are not meant to do everything right now. And I feel from this energy coming, it's like the more you honor your creative energy as sacred, the more the universe reflects that. Like, it's a really powerful, this is not in any way of like you're better than anybody at all, because we're all spiritual beings. And it's just this message coming through of like, it's a super high level high priestess energy mixed with this kind of Pleiadian star system energy. And it's just wanting you to be very aware of what you give your energy to. Because you are so powerful and so strong and so capable that you can do it all, but that doesn't mean that you should do it all. And they're just wanting to remind you that you can have people help you. Like, I was just actually feeling this kind of for myself this morning, and had a talk with one of my mentors about it too. And it's like, maybe you've never had, like, you know, whatever level you are, whatever you actually need help with. Everyone's at a different stage in life, and you know, maybe you've never had someone clean your house and someone could help you with that, or never had someone like a chef prepare meals just for you, and maybe that's something you want, or someone to come detail your car every week, or an assistant, you know, in your business that could do the things that you really don't need to do anymore, or you know, even like a personal, I don't know why they're having me go through this, but they want you to think a bit bigger in terms of, like, not in a grandiose way, but it's like, this is their saying about trusting trusting other people and expanding your trust, because this is what the masculine needs now. So remember that they always mirror us, right? If you have been kind of an independent unit, there's maybe an opportunity for you to like get involved. Yes, also they're saying this will free up more time for you to be involved in things that you love, like communities and groups and teaching and whatever it is you want to do, right? Gardening, you know, clubs where you can meet. It's important now to meet other people that are like your kin. And that's like part of the reason these stars are aligning. And part of what needs to happen is that you don't need the burden of like the work all the time. And that's like, I don't know why this is coming up, but it is. It's just like stepping into that new phase, that new road, right? The road that, either the road that goes straight or the road that goes up. And if you choose the road that goes up, this isn't a road, like the road that goes up, it doesn't necessarily mean you suffer more and it's harder. In a lot of ways, if we don't trust, we kind of keep ourselves stuck in an isolated state. And that's what they want you to get out of. Like, the part of your life that you're isolating yourself in. It's like, maybe, we say, I got to do all of these things to keep myself busy, so I don't have time to, like, do the uncomfortable things. Like, if it's uncomfortable for you to expand your business or to meet new people or to join new groups or whatever it is, you know, it could be the opposite too. They're saying like you could over socialize so you never have time to write your book or whatever. It's like if you choose the road that goes up, you choose to open up the trust, right? First of all, it means accepting yourself more, right? Even the messy parts. Balance, boundaries again, unexpected, trust, pleasure. It is ultimately acceptance, will, and peace. It is ultimately for more pleasure in your life. Because it is an expansion of you, right? There's many cards here where she's either in an egg or a nest or kind of like trapped. There's 3 cards in a row that they kind of want you to get out of that egg. It's like you have been incubating and now it's time to hatch here. And it sounds weird to say like you're going to expand through pleasure, but they're really saying that's true. This isn't like expand through more work, expand through more burden, expand through more suffering. The expansion is coming as these swords come out of your heart and you trust more, right? And you don't, there's a Brene Brown quote, it's so beautiful. I don't think it's her. I think it's that guy, and I don't know his name, but it's like, you know, the resilience comes through knowing that it's not that you're never going to get hurt again. It's knowing when you know that you will recover, right? And that's the beauty of being trusting and resilient and healing the inner child and knowing, okay, I'm not always going to interact with everyone that's perfectly healed, right? Because I too am a service to the divine, right? I too hurt people. I too am hurt, and in this hurting we get the opportunity to grow and heal. And the point of it all is it's not to never hurt someone or never have a misunderstanding or never have pain, but to understand that we will always recover from it. We will, you know, if we choose to, we will heal. And I feel like that's what the masculine is like finally understood. Maybe it's because you've understood it and you're moving in that direction of like uncovering. This is about uncovering more of your gifts into the world and like feeling safe to expose them to the world and understanding like that's a messy process because we are messy in our lives, and it's the mask that always looks perfect. I was this morning thinking about this, and it's so beautiful when Spirit like gives me this type of download, but it's like when you see people looking perfect and never having any problems on the outside, that's a mask, right? And I don't know, they're going in a bunch of different directions. Hold on. One of the things that they're highlighting is knowing that there's always enough love. Like they're kind of fusing love and the sun and like resources in a way, not necessarily money, but it's like nature, the earth. It's like those things, there's always enough. If you don't feel loved, and you don't feel loving, and you don't feel warm, and you don't feel warmth or giving, and you don't feel connected or connecting, that's a block in you that is prohibiting that trusting that there's always this beautiful enoughness of love and warmth and connection and nature, right? So it's kind of like Mother, Father, Mother Earth, Father Sky, Sun. It's kind of like the Trinity there, that we recognize that we are what holds ourselves back. And yes, we may blame someone for sticking the knife through our heart. That's true. But we don't have to go through life thinking everyone wants to stick a knife through our heart, and we don't have to walk around with it like that. And that, I think, is what the masculine has realized. He's been walking around with these huge daggers in his heart and just this chain mail over it, right? This super protection. You know, I just find it interesting that this king has his armored boots on, right? So yeah, it's going towards the water, but it's not like some of the other cards where the foot is blue, right, and getting in the water. The Emperor has them too, has the chainmail boots on. And I feel like the masculine's finally saying like, oh, I don't want to walk around with these things in my heart anymore. And also, I realize I've been sticking them through other people's hearts too. Especially with you, this is how, I was wrong, it was the Queen. She has the blue foot, so it's his counterpart. And it was actually the next card on the top of the deck. So, I guess this is important that this came up, right? Because her foot is in the water and his is almost in the water. And he does seem to be watching you. And, you know, she's so amazing. I mean, her whole cloak is made of basically what looks like the water. And her cup has a lid and it's so ornate, and it's just, there's cherubs and a seashell on the top of her throne, right? It's like she was just born of the water. And he's very aware that you are this beautiful gift of love and this beautiful teacher of transformation. And he is like, there is here a very strong feeling that you two are counterparts and co-creating this experience together, and there's some kind of magic that's wrapped up between you two that maybe people around him don't see or understand. See, it's all kind of weaving back together, but he does believe in. And he is surrendering to the divine here and wanting to bring more love into the situation, you know. The star was on the bottom or the top, whatever. And there is this bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. which of course the full moon this month is in Aquarius, which I think will bring some conclusions for you into things that have gone on with that particular emotional situation. I mean, Aquarius is not known. It's so weird because they're an air sign. They're not really known to be very emotional, and yet they're the water bearer. Everyone that really hasn't studied astrology always thinks there's a water sign, and we are now like entering into the age of Aquarius. It's a very long, leaving Pisces, which was a water sign, into an air sign. It's like a 26,000 year cycle, right? So, sorry, this little cycle is like 2,000 years, right? So like from the time Christ came to a couple years ago, it was the age of Pisces, and now it's the age of Aquarius. But in a much grounder cycle, there's more to it. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope it helped you. Thank you so much for being here, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Bye for now.